Hi, this is Skoggit, and hope everybody's doing fine. I myself am doing real good. It's morning here in Tornado Alley, Texas, and it's a beautiful morning. It's supposed to get up to about 60 degrees today, or a little higher, and just going to be a really good day. This is the second part to the question and answer session with Skoggit. And I did the first one, which was your questions, which you viewers wanted to ask. And this is answers. So I have the answers to your questions right here. And before we get started, I got to have me a sip of this Folgers. Well, I got to have my Folgers in the morning to get going. Otherwise, it's just, the day just don't seem right. So I have your questions here, and I'm going to go ahead and get started and give shout outs to everybody that asked a question, and I'll give you the answers. Okay, first one is from Dan Page. Want to give a shout out to you, Dan Page. Been with me for a while, and this is your question. It says, Skoggit, with the recent dietary changes, do you miss the Lone Star? I am happy you made the changes to your diet. You look really healthy. I can speak for all your viewers and subscribers. We want you around for a long, long time. Take care of yourself. That is so nice that people are watching my videos and wish me the best. It just really makes my day. And his question was pertaining to the Lone Star. Do I miss it? Well, I haven't had a Lone Star beer in over a year and 8 months, and that's due to the carbs in the beer. But I can have occasionally a beer. I mean, a beer's not off limits. According to the Diabetic Association, it states that a diabetic with the type 2 diabetes, which I have, can have 1 to 2 drinks a day and still be okay. Me, I just don't drink the Lone Star anymore like I did. Like I say, I haven't had one in about a year and 8 months, and I really don't miss it. It just sometimes I like to have one, and you know, I can still do it. That's what makes it good. If I decide to have a Lone Star, then I can go ahead and have it. Okay. Now, next question is from Maddie and Kiki. My barbecue sisters over in Canada. Hope you're doing well, and I want to give you a big shout out. If you viewers hasn't checked out their channel, be sure and do so. Their recent video, they made a barbecue grill out of cinder blocks. Imagine that, and it come out. It looked beautiful. Maybe it's something what old Skoggit might try sometime. And their question is, we want to learn so much more about you, Skoggit. Have you always lived in Texas? When you were a little boy growing up, were there any foods that you detested? Happy New Year to our barbecue brother. And to your question, have I always lived in Texas? Yes, I have. I've always lived in the Tornado Alley, Texas, in the tornado section of Tornado Alley. And in fact, in 1970, I rode out the Lubbock tornado in 1970, and I was in the apartment whenever it happened. I'll maybe have to do a video on that someday. But I was 13 years old, and when the tornado hit, it just it was unlike anything I've ever experienced. But the thing is, I never was scared for some reason, I was more fascinated by the tornado. And I might have to make a video on the tornado and go into more detail. But I love living in Texas. I don't think I'd want to live any place else but Texas. And right here in West Texas, where I live, we get all kinds of weather. It's just a variety of weather and different weather. We get the big, bad thunderstorms, the tornadoes, and we get the snow, ice, dust storms. Wind blows 70, 80, 90 miles per hour sometimes. Yeah, I like Texas. I just want to stay right here. And were there any foods that I detested? There was two foods which I couldn't stand. That was, one of them was liver. Can't stand liver. And the other one was Spam. I just can't do the Spam. I mean, I think the Spam company is still trying to figure out what's in that. But other than that, I like just about any other kind of foods. Something else I don't like is sushi, like raw fish. I can't go that route either. Next question is from John Meyer. It says, "Hi there. I'm a big fan of your videos and have been watching some of your cooking content over the past years. I'm curious what the best meal you ever had was." Well, it's kind of hard to figure out what was the best meal I ever had, because I made meals and they was all so good. But one of the best one what could come to mind was back in the 1970s. A friend of mine made me a steak. I was over at his house and he made me a steak, and that steak it really just tasted so good. I mean, it was better than any steak I've had in a restaurant or anything. And to this day, that steak really just stands out. So it would have to be a steak made by a good friend of mine. And 1967, Pleasure Tum Tea asked, what was your favorite band growing up? My favorite band when I was growing up, well, I had really two of them, which was my favorite, and that was during the 70s, and it would have to be the first one. My favorite of all time is America. I loved the music by America, and the second band would have to be Pink Floyd. I just love their music. I still listen to America and Pink Floyd today, and I just think they were two of the best groups out there. My brother Alan R. asked this question. It says, "Hey, my brother Skoggit, when did you and Mrs. Skoggit meet?" And he asked another one, "Do you have any favorite police department stories, being on the force, in the streets, whatnot?" Answer the first one. First question first. Me and Mrs. Skoggit met in September of 1994, and the rest is history. And according to like the police department stories, I have several police department stories which I think I'll do video, some of them which is really funny, and I'll do a video on, and have that coming up in the near future. So there is some stories which I'd like to share with everybody when I was on the police force. Rockin' Dural asked, "Hey Skoggit, I'm new to YouTube, and yours was one of the first channels I subscribed to. I enjoy your channel and your commentary on many things. So my question is, are you retired? If not, what do you do for a living? If you if you are retired. Want to give you a big shout out there, Rockin' Durrell, for subscribing to my channel. I really appreciate it. And the answer to your question is yes, I am retired. I'm retired. I used to be a law enforcement officer, and last year in 2019, I finally hung up the guns and decided it was time for old Skoggit to retire. Question by Joel Hoyam. Do you have a workshop? What meal do you find yourself making frequently? Is there a way to send fan mail? Joel. I do not have a workshop, and the meal I find making frequently is like barbecued chicken. Really like the barbecued chicken, and it's the one what I really started making quite frequently since I got my diabetes and everything. And I don't have any fan mail set up, but maybe it's something I might consider doing in the near future. Blue Iris asks, do you have a favorite YouTube troll on your channel? Have several trolls on my YouTube channel, which if you don't know what a troll is, someone what makes comments on your channel, which is sometimes slight kind of rude, and sometimes they're real rude. But out of all the trolls what I have, I would have to say a troll by the name of Andy Black is the best one that I have, and he still follows me around, and I get a lot of fun out of Andy Black when he leaves a comment. I leave a comment, and it's all in good taste, and he has to be my favorite troll. And Andy Black, if you're listening, I just want to say that I'll give you a big shout out because you're my favorite troll. Imagine that. And something else I want to ask you, have you ever moved out of your parents' basement? Next one is from Robert Harris. Hey Skoggit, I bought a Charbroil Big Easy Oil Less Fryer. You should look into one, very versatile. Have you ever used one or seen one? I've never seen the Charbroil kind, but I have saw other ones, and I have been considering possibly getting one. They seem like they would really help me with my diet due to the fact that of the less oil in them. So might be something I might consider, and if I do get one and decide to buy one, then I will make a YouTube video on it. Shooting Road 77 asks Skoggit, how many children do you have? Well, I have 4 children. I have one of my own and 3 stepchildren, which I call the stepchildren and take them, they're just like my own. I mean, they're, to me, they're my kids. And I want to give you a big shout out, Shooting Road 77. You sent me some really nice stuff through the mail, and I know you sent me some beer, which I still have in the fridge, and maybe someday I'll get around to doing a review on it. But want to give you a big shout out. And here's a question from Cash Mopar, a good friend, Cash Mopar. He's been with me since I started my channel. I mean, that's how long, and he was one of the first ones what subscribed. And want to give you a big shout out there. It says, hey buddy, been following you for years. You taught me so much about barbecuing. I'm wondering if you're going to get back to barbecuing videos. They used to be so often. Also wondering if it's okay to have a little toot once in a while with Lone Star. Take care. I am going to do some barbecuing videos. I have some planned for the future, which I'll be getting back into doing, and also some grilling. And I can have a Lone Star every now and then. That's not going to be where I drink one every day, but every now and then it's fine to drink a Lone Star. And next question from a brother in Los Angeles, Mick Cotton Barbecue, Mike Dobbs. Give you a big shout out. It says, hey Skoggit, great idea. My question, when you were a kid, did you ever dream of moving to Hollywood and becoming a star? Because in my book, you are a star, my brother, my best friend. Thank you so much. That's very kind for him to say that. And the answer to that question is yes. I did consider, when I was 18 years old, I almost packed up all my stuff and moved to Hollywood. Was going to move to Hollywood and see if I could make it in the movies. It really did cross my mind, and for some reason, I don't know, maybe I should have done it. Who knows? Maybe I'd be a big star by now. Then again, you know, there's so much competition out there. I really don't know what caused me to stay. I think it was because I found a girl what I was getting serious with, and then dated her for a couple of years, and then I just never went to Hollywood. So now I'm on YouTube. I guess that's the next best thing. Next question is from Casey, another really good friend of mine. Been with me for a long time. It says, hey there, my good friend. Hope you and Mrs. are doing well. Since we're both guitar pickers, I was wondering, what's your favorite guitar that you've owned through the years of playing? Tell the missus we said, hey, great idea for a video. My favorite guitar is a guitar which is called Second Chance. I have three of them. I have an electric guitar called the Baby Lindsay, a Yamaha acoustic guitar which is called Wrong One, and then I have the Second Chance. Second Chance is really precious to me because my brother found the guitar. It was busted up and in a garbage can, and he took it and completely redid it, fixed it up where it would play again, and gave it to me in October of 2005. And I'll never get rid of that guitar. That's one that I play the most, and it just has really got sentimental value to me. And it's a cheap guitar, but it has so much sentimental value, and the time and effort what he put into just building the guitar, which was supposed to be in the trash and in the trash yard, brought it back to life. That's why I call it Second Chance. And one from Susan, it says, YouTube has a lot of videos where a family or person will show or tell what they eat in a typical day. Would you be interested? That would be interesting to me. I might do that make a video of that sometime. It seems pretty interesting. Might show what I eat during the day. And she also asked another question. How did you meet your wife, and how long have you been together? I met my wife in September of '94, and we married in March of '96. And I met my wife through her uncle, which was a friend of mine. Never even knew she existed until I started going to his house, and he kept telling me about her. And I finally just told him, I said, well, you have her number, I'll give her a call. He had her phone number from his house, grabbed the phone, picked up the phone, called her up, told her who I was, and that I was a friend of her uncle's, and set up a date. That night I went, picked up picked her up. We went out on a date, and in fact, I never seen her or anything before I called her. So when I picked her up on the very first date, she never saw me. I never saw her, and well, the rest is history. Got married and been together ever since. And I'll tell you the truth, there's nobody else I'd ever want. Mrs. Skoggit is the one which I've had been searching for all my life, and she'll be the only one in my life. And it just so glad that I was able to find her, and we was able to hook up. Well, that's all the questions, and I hope you enjoyed the video. And I'll have more videos coming, and appreciate all you viewers and subscribers out there which did ask a question. I thought this would be a lot of fun, and y'all stay safe out there. Take care. My coffee's getting cold, so I'm going to go ahead and drink it, and y'all take care.